VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
Business owners looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products and services? VoxWave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
The world's #1 streaming music station, VoxWave.com.
We have your favorite shows on VoxWave.com. Check out our lineup. The Kim Show, Mondays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. In the End We Win with Curtis, Mondays, 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Cooking with Flavors with your host, Chef Flavors, Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Slick Daddy Rick, Heartbeat Congo Hour, Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Impact the World Radio TV Show with Cheryl Woods, Wednesday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. The Digital Digest with your host, Digital Ace, Wednesdays, 3 to 5 p.m. Live Set Wednesdays with your host, Frank Dent, Wednesdays, 8 to 9 p.m. The BGKH Show with your hosts, Dominion and Epic, Wednesdays, 9:15 to 10:15 p.m. You, Math, and Me with George Randall, Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then, on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m., The Prayer, Praise, and Deliverance with Elder Thurman Gorman Jr., The 640 Evening Show, Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Peace in the Morning Show with your host, Darius A. Stanton, co-host, Delicate Daryl Barnes, and Queen Ayakidobi, Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Hall Street Journal with your host, Robert Hall, and co-host Clarence Sanders, Fridays, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Frank, The Success Principles, Friday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Chanel's 3 Cents, Friday, 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The Daryl Allen Harrison II Crime Victims Foundation Show, hosted by Daryl Harrison II, every Friday from 3 to 4:30 p.m. The Rush Hour with DJ Drew and Janique, every Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Different Minds Show, hosted by DJ Bam 640 and DJ Andre Michael, and your co-host, MC Fran, every Friday, 9:15 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. The Healer Blues Show, with host Ron Jackson, every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Hour of Power, with your host, Reverend Winters Rogers, every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And again, The Prayer, Praise, and Deliverance with Elder Thurman Gorman Jr., Saturday, 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. And don't forget Four Sisters Live Talk, Saturday at 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. Turning dreams into reality talk show with your host, Tashika L. Green, every second Saturday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Walk in Newness 24/7 with Missionary Antoinette, Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. News, ULM, news and analysis, information, sports, and Black history. With your news anchor, Roderick Carter Willis, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Step your game up with the Youth Project, hosted by DJ Main and DJ Low Hefe, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And don't miss The To Go Show with Kim Brown, Saturdays 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I am Dr. Sharon Show, each Sunday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., featuring The Grind, Entrepreneur Network Spotlight, and Write the Book Now. The Riri Williams Show, Fashion and Style Hour, every first Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Real Talk 101, Sundays 6 to 8 p.m. And every third Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m., the Third Sunday Tea Talk Show with Dr. Akita Pearson. Gospel Live TV Show with host Gloria Mello, each Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Listen to all your favorite shows on VoxWave.com.
VoxWave.com. VoxWave.com, streaming your favorite jazz, blues, and R&B 24/7.
Keeps entrepreneurs from connecting and collaborating is trust. If you've never collaborated and saw the benefits of collaboration, then you don't know that you need to. If there is individuals who have strengths that you don't have, and you complement each other, you have those thought partners, those accountability partners that you really can work with well together, the outcome is just amazing. I have been in 5 collaboration books. One of the benefits for me is the time piece, because when you're writing your own book, it does take time. Then secondly, you are opened up to so many more people than you would ever do by yourself. Just the benefit of expanding your reach and your circle is also a benefit in collaboration. I really feel that every entrepreneur needs a book because it helps validate what you're doing. You do the work. You are out there making money off of what you're doing. I like to know what it is that you're doing as an entrepreneur. Tell us your story. Everyone has a story, which is why I highlight entrepreneurs in the Grind Entrepreneur Network, because I am giving them a question of the day. They are detailing their questions and their responses, and you're getting to know who that entrepreneur is. And so with a book, you're able to do that. Your audience, your clients, your customers, they're able to see who you are as a person and not just as that CEO or that boss that you are of your business. The mission of the Grind Entrepreneur Network is really quite simple. It is to support, connect, develop, and highlight entrepreneurs. The network is just amazing. And so I'm really so glad for that, because when I need services done, I go to my network to see who I can invest in. You know, I really want to do something to help support and highlight entrepreneurs who are on their grind. And that's really how the Grind Entrepreneur Network was born. So Perfect Time SHP, that is really a passion. That is a coaching and consulting firm, and I really just focus on leadership development. I look at those career professionals as well as entrepreneurs. If you are in need of a leadership development coach, if you just need some steps, some guidance, some how-tos on getting your entrepreneur journey started, if you want to up-level your career, certainly reach out to me. Also, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to connect with others that are all across the United States and beyond, and also be highlighted and featured in our Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight each month, definitely reach out to SharonHPorter.com, and I would love to connect and collaborate with you so that we can definitely support your efforts and make sure that you get the results that you want in your business. Hello and happy amazing Sunday to you, everyone. You know I have to give a shout out to my sponsors before we get started. Thank you to James Adele Custom Clothier, where you will find extensive, extravagant fabrics and custom tailoring, all at an affordable price. And I also would like to say thank you to Cloud Workspace. They have a collaborative workspace and event space, and we will be actually hosting our book signing today at 4 o'clock for the class of 2017 there. So thank you, Cloud Workspace. And also to my lovely, lovely amped makeup artists. Thank you so much for all of your services for today as well. And now today, I am so excited to have my guest. She is none other than Gabrielle Jordan. She is the owner of Jewels of Jordan, a luxury jewel business which she started at the age
of 9. Yes, at the age of 9, she is the co-founder of the Excel Mentoring Institute, which is a youth-based online mentoring organization. And also she is the author of the #1 Amazon best-selling book, The Making of a Young Entrepreneur, A Kid's Guide to Developing the Mindset for Success. And she is also the host of the UV Effect podcast. So I would like to say welcome, Gabrielle.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. I tell you, you started at 9 and you're only, 18 now?
I'm 18 now,
Oh my
yeah.
God. So you've done so much.
Yes.
Please tell, and I haven't even shared everything about you, so please take this time now to just share a little more about you.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, as I said, my journey started when I was 9 years old, but honestly, it started a little bit before that. When I was 7 years old, I actually started teaching myself how to make jewelry because I felt like it was something that I was born with, like a gift, or like something I felt like I could go after and really. It was something I kind of was naturally attracted to for some reason. But so when I was 7 years old, I started teaching myself how to make jewelry. And when I was 9, I started a business mostly because I loved making the jewelry. I loved seeing people's reaction to it. And then also I learned that my parents, on my mom's side, there's 5 generations of entrepreneurs. Wow. And they asked me that they told me that if I wanted to be an entrepreneur, they would support me and that I could be the 6th generation entrepreneur in the family. And I don't know, that was something that just seemed really interesting to me, and to be able to do something that I love and also continuing a legacy in my family was incredible for me. And so once I started the business, things really lifted off, being able to sell and create. And so I went on to writing the book when I was 11 years old, The Making of an Entrepreneur. And then at 12, I started speaking and became an international speaker. And then I think for me, when starting the business and then looking at like the young people that would be inspired by what it was that I was doing, even though that wasn't my intention, but then seeing that they wanted to start businesses, even adults that quit their businesses wanted to restart their businesses, and telling me these things. And so when I was 14 years old, my mom and I decided to co-found our mentoring institute called Excel Youth Mentoring, where we mentor kids and the parents of those young entrepreneurs to help them to grow their companies.
Wow, that is awesome.
Leaders.
I tell you, you have been busy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I had the esteemed pleasure of taking part in the Spectrum Circle Awards, where you were honored as the Millennium on the Rise.
Yes, yes.
Tell me about that experience for you.
That was really interesting to me. I thought when I found out that I had actually received the award, my mom actually didn't tell me that she nominated me. It was kind of a surprise to me, but she nominated me, and it was a very difficult process for the Millennial on the Rise category. Apparently there was a lot of applicants, and it was a very steep competition. But then, I found out that I received it, and I don't know. They were able to see the kind of value that I had, and were able to kind of pick me out and point me out from all of the competition, which was just really, I don't know, it was exciting for me, and it's a little humbling, just because I thought that was just. You never really see what other people see. You hope that you're portraying yourself in the way that you want people to see you, but you never really know what kind of value people are going to get from your life. And so it's so empowering for me to be able to see, that my value is being seen.
Absolutely. And you said something during your acceptance speech
yes,
that was so impactful, and it really was about being unique, that you're not average.
Yes.
I love that. Talk to me a little more about that message that you really share with everyone.
Absolutely. So in that acceptance speech, I was talking about something called unique value, which is a message that I've been going hard on for a few years. I actually started a podcast last year called the UV Effect, which is the unique value effect, and it's all about teaching people how to define, to figure out, and then embrace what their unique value is, which means the thing that they and only they can offer to the world, and how they offer it to the world. And so in that acceptance speech, I was talking about how so many people want to be normal, want to be like everyone else, want to have a normal life. And my question really was, what is normal? What does that mean? And why would anybody really want to be like everyone else when no one truly is like anyone else? We're all individual creatures, and we're meant to do what we're meant to do on this earth. And so I think that it's our job to be responsible for that gift that we're given, to be that unique creature that we're meant to be in order to impact and to use our value to impact people. And so, that message is really important to me, and being able to bring that to people, to remind them how important it is to be unique, and not just to say, oh, I'm unique, and not really know why you're unique. It's important to know why you're unique and to ask yourself, why am I special? Why am I here? Why am I unique, and what is my unique value?
Wow, that is so impactful, not even for young people, but for adults as well, because there are so many people who can't find their niche. And it's just really finding out what you're best at and what makes you different. So I love that. Love that.
Thank you.
So I tell you, so you are really off to college very soon. Oh my God. So talk to us about that.
Yeah. So that's the fun part of my life right now. A new journey, I think. My life has always been a little unconventional, as I was talking about before in the speech. And this is one of the, I guess, more conventional things that I've ever done, really going to college. And I think I've decided. I'm still like waiting to the very last minute because, for me, I've always been a person that had a lot inside of me and always had like these ideas, very creative. And so for me, I'm going through this process now. I've been accepted to all of the colleges that I've applied to, and so it's really exciting to make this decision and then possibly go to a college that just really fits me and values me, and so that's what's most important for me. And that I'm really excited about the college that I'm most likely going to, and
that's awesome. So tell us about this jewelry that you make. This beautiful jewelry. It is so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Tell us a little more about how you make it and what people can find if they go on your beautiful website to look at the jewelry.
So Jewels of Jordan is a high-end jewelry company. I actually design the pieces, and they are made specifically for the professional woman. It's that transitional piece that will take you from the boardroom to the ballroom. So it's kind of about a level of simplicity, but also using that simplicity and with a mix of pop and color in order to kind of bring together an outfit and also be able to wear it and more than just once. If you look at some of the quality pieces that are out there, oftentimes it's harder to wear it. That statement piece, it's harder to wear it more than once. And so a big part for me when it comes to this, the jewelry I'm wearing right now, is that it might seem like it's very bold, but it's actually very wearable. And so I think for me it's important to create like that wearable art for a person, and to be able to, they can like really apply that and be fashionable, and to step out of that comfort zone that a lot of people are in when it comes to fashion and it comes to accessories. So yeah, that's really what Jewels of Jordan is about, and my website is jewelsofjordan.com, and I have sales going on right now, so you can check those out.
Awesome.
But yes.
Of course, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me, 18, and you've done a lot in 18 years. How do you stay grounded?
My family, most likely. I think for me that they are the kind of people that everybody needs in their life. The kind of people that will treat you with like respect. I think that's one of the best things about my parents, is that when I was young, from a very young age, they've always treated me like I was already an adult. They didn't really do baby talk that much. Of course they cared about me, obviously, and like nurtured me, but there was a sense of kind of respect that was given to me even at a young age, and it really taught me to be mature. It taught me to respect them even more. And as I've grown up and have grown in this business and become the person that I am today, them and what they've done for me and teaching me how to be mature and how to be a person that is bringing value to the world, somebody that is being a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. That is what I value the most of them, and they have really helped me to keep my focus and remember that whatever I'm doing, most of the things that I'm doing in this world are not about me, but it's about what I can bring, and who I can impact, who I can touch, what I can do for somebody else.
Wow, that is awesome, I tell you. And so I really appreciate your humbleness, because I've followed you for quite some time now. And so that's one of the things that I've always said, that you're so humble to have done so much at such a young age. You're beautiful, you're young, and you still have that humble. And I applaud your parents for that. Because I'm sure they make sure that stays in check. And so no matter where you are, I see that. So that's wonderful. Absolutely. So our last final question for you is, really, after college, are you going to continue on your path? Do you have other aspirations? What's next for Gabrielle?
I definitely want to continue in the path when it comes to jewelry and design. I'm actually, the college I want to go to is an art school, specifically with jewelry.
Awesome.
So, and I also want to continue with the message that I'm bringing right now with the UV effect and reminding people that how important that is, and to bring that importance of understanding why it is that you're in this world. And I think for me, as I was saying before, I'm a kind of person that has a lot, in their minds, and a lot that they want to bring to the world. And so I'm just trying to figure out the best ways to do that, because there is a lot there. But I'm taking one step at a time. I know that God's in control, and I'm just kind of taking, every day at a time, and making sure that, my vision, again, isn't about, me. I think that's the biggest thing for me, that whatever it is that I'm doing, that yes, it's about, the kind of dreams that I want to achieve, the kind of goals I've set. But most importantly, it's about what it is that I'm doing for the world, right? How many people am I going to be able to impact positively, as opposed to negatively? How many people am I going to be able to reach and inspire to start businesses, and inspire to be unique, and inspire to, do what it is that they're meant to do on this earth? So that's what I want to continue to do. And whatever it is I decide to do in life, that's my ultimate goal.
That is awesome. I tell you, I wish you nothing but complete success.
Thank you.
In whatever endeavors you set out to do.
Thank you so much.
So how can everyone follow you on social media, reach out and connect?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram at Gabrielle Jordan Inspires, as well as Facebook, which is Gabrielle Jordan. And you can also follow Jewels of Jordan at Jewels of Jordan on both Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, guys. Such a wonderful, humble person. Gabrielle Jordan, shout out to her parents as well. So I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you. So, guys, we're going to be right back with some of the contributing authors of Class of 2017. What's next?
The enemy came up against your home. The enemy came up against your children. The enemy came up against your name. The enemy came up against your character. You will win. You will win. The enemy came up against your health. The enemy came up against your finances. The enemy came up against your vision. The enemy came up against your business. You will win. Yes, you will. I know
back. Thank you for joining us. And I have with me 3 of the contributing authors of Class of 2017 What's Next. We have LaJuan Sims, we have Camry Wilkins, and Dr. Zipporah Miller. And now I'm going to let each of them just tell a little bit about who they are, starting with Miss LaJuan Sims.
So I'm LaJuan Sims. I'm a native of Prince George's County. I work for a nonprofit organization where I've been for 17 years. And I have a passion for helping children to get into school because my journey to school was a challenge. So I want to make sure that that's not so much of a challenge for others, and if it is, that they have the support they need.
That's awesome. Camry?
Well, my name is Camry Wilkins. I'm 18 years old. I'm a Lincoln University college student. And my passion, I would say, is definitely for helping others and also for the media. My major in school is mass communications with a minor in business. So, yeah, I would say that definitely like my passion is for helping others and, you know, going in the direction of like broadcasting, and I'm just big on like network and things of that nature.
Okay, awesome. Dr. Miller.
Good morning. I am Dr. Miller, and I currently work with the school system in Arundel County Public Schools, and I have a passion for learning. And that passion is what I want to instill in others, children, adults, to have a passion to learn in whatever area they want to pursue.
That is awesome. And so, guys, it's 15 authors in the book, and let me just hold it up. There are 15 authors, and so we are just so excited. About 6 of them, I think, will be at the book signing this evening. So I just want to talk a little bit about the journey to graduation. We're going to talk about it this evening, but definitely we each had our own journey. And it was not easy. I don't think anyone had an easy journey. And so that's really the message that came out of that. But just talk a little bit about where you attended, where you graduated from the 2017, and then we'll go into a little bit about the process. And so you graduated, LaJuan, from?
The University of Maryland University College.
Yes, absolutely. And then now you got your associates and your diploma. Yeah. So that was exciting. Yes. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I graduated from the Academy of Health Science at Prince George's Community College, and basically, yeah, that's a dual enrollment program. So you take both high school and college courses, and so by the time you graduate with your high school diploma along with your associate's degree.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Class of 2017, I had 2 graduations the same day.
So it was 2 separate?
Yeah, 2 separate ceremonies. Yeah,
oh,
so
that's
it was one
amazing.
In the morning, that was the Prince George's County one where I got my high school diploma, and then in that afternoon I had the one with Prince George's Community College.
That is exciting. Yeah. We're going to definitely dive into that a little more at the book signing. And Dr. Miller?
I graduated from the University of Maryland in College Park.
Okay, awesome. Elsa, now let's talk about this journey because, and of course, and I always do, when I do write the book now, I always say we don't want to give it away, right? Because we want you to buy the book. So, but I do want you just to talk about some of the things that really cause you to pause during your journey, because a lot of us had that moment. Yeah. And so anyone can just jump in freely.
The moments that caused us to pause. And I know I talked about this before, and it's called the Lit Review. So that is when you're looking up every researcher's work surrounding the work that you want to pursue. And it was daunting. That was the day I said, if I was going to give up, that would have been it. Because when you thought you had gotten somewhere, and then you take it to your advisor, they're like, not yet, haven't even scratched the surface, not yet. And it was like you couldn't figure out, I just couldn't figure out, where am I going? I was lost in all this research, and that was the moment I would say, I was like, if I was going to hang it up, that would have been it.
Wow, exactly. What about you, LaJuan?
Well, I had some health challenges that really caused me to pause. Mm-hmm. I was well into pursuing my degree after so many years. My journey was 30 years. So I was well into it and got diagnosed with cancer. Mm-hmm. And it was just, one of those things where you could stop here at this point. You have other things to focus on. You could stop here. And I decided not to.
Not to. I love that. I love that. Camry, what about you? And now, and you getting 2 degrees basically at the same time.
I would have to say it was definitely like my 12th grade year. It was so stressful, like applying for colleges, trying to do college work, trying to do high school work. I was like, OMG, like this is so much. So I would say like that's definitely like one of the hardest years for me so far. It was definitely 12th grade, especially like the first semester of like the first half where you're sending all the applications and you're typing these essays and you're trying to get this scholarship. You're trying to take this test and because you got to study for this class and you still got to do this classwork. It was just like so much. So I would say that's definitely like the time I was just like, look,
right.
This is so much. But yeah, that's definitely mine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, guys, and I was saying this before we actually went on air. If you think back this time last year, because we were like almost there, and for some, like we're not sure if we could get there. At least I was, because for me it was right before spring break, which is what's coming up now, and I was actually waiting on IRB approval on pins and needles. Like, can I even start my research? So I want you to just think back this time last year, if you can, just reflect a little bit. Where were you? Because, and I'm saying that because there are people where we were this time last year. We made it. So think back, and how did you get from this point to graduation? Because now it's only like a month or 2 from when we were getting ready to graduate. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, this time last year, I was finishing up my capstone, and it was just a nightmare. And I was thinking, I have to succeed. Like, I have to pass. This has to happen. I have no more time. You know, I had applied for graduation. I was ready, and I had to do it. And I was working full time, and it was stressful. And right around now, I was ending my class, and I think I must have danced all over. I was so happy. I was just so relieved and just so happy. Wow. You know, so that's what I feel when I think about this time last year. Like dance.
Absolutely.
For me, around this time, I was definitely choosing what college I wanted to go to. So that was really a lot. I applied for, I would say like around 10 schools, and I got into all the schools that I applied to. So around this time, I was waiting on like, okay, am I going to get scholarships from this school? I was weighing my options. I'm still trying to finish class. I was picking out my prom dress. I was like, this time last year, it was fun. It was a fun experience, but it was a lot of decision making. I would say like last year around this time, it was decision-making time. It was time for you like, okay, now's the time. Is you going to go to Lincoln or are you going to go to Clark Atlanta? It was like, okay. Like, so you had to make a lot of choices. So, yeah, that's where I was last year.
Decision-making. What about you, Dr. Miller?
So this time last year, my family didn't quite see me, but maybe to go to bed. So I would wake up maybe around 6 a.m., go to Starbucks, and I would get something from Starbucks, and then I'd find a quiet place to study. And I literally was writing from like about 7 o'clock in the morning to about 4 a.m. And I would leave there, go home, go to sleep for 2 hours, take a shower, wake up again the next day, and that's how spring break was going, except for Easter Sunday. That was the only day that I recall that I decided I'm putting it down, we're going to church, I'm going to spend time with my family. But it was from 7 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, you're just writing.
Absolutely. And everyone has mentioned family here. And I know you, Camry, your mom is so supportive and so celebratory of everything that you do, which is wonderful, which is how I knew that you were graduating, and which is a really good. So family support is critical. So I want everyone to just talk a little bit about that, because family really can help make or break the situation. So talk to us about how important that family support was for you.
Crucial. Just crucial, because I have 3 children. I was raising them, you know, most of the time that I was in school. I've been raising children and trying my best to be a good wife and, you know, working full time and just trying to go to school. And there were many, many days that my husband had to drop me off for Saturday college and take the kids out for several hours and then come back and pick me up. And he did, always. And then when I got home, remember, it's Saturday college, so I had homework. So it's not like I came home and it relieved him at all. And he always encouraged me So,
okay.
I had
Absolutely.
a lot of support.
Yes.
A lot of support.
Awesome. What about you, Dr. Miller? Because you have kids too.
Yeah, I, like LaJuan, my husband, Peter, and my son, David and Daniel, never made me feel guilty. There were days when I would miss football games. There were days when David had events at his high school. There were days when Pete had to pick up, not days, it was all the time.
Right.
You know, pick up things in the house, keep things abreast. And, you know, for a type A person, you want things a certain way.
Yes.
But he always would encourage me. And when I was just like a lit review time, when things kept coming back, it was like, Zipporah, it's just a test. Just keep going. Just keep going. You can do this. Just keep going. And that encouragement was just a lot. And he doesn't like me being out late at night, and he never complained. Even though I knew he didn't like me being out late at night, he supported me for a purpose. And I know he was praying every night that I was safe, but I knew that it was uncomfortable for him to know that I was out late, 2, 3, 4 a.m. And he normally he would call me, and then he would stop because he knew that that kind of broke the flow. And that takes a lot for a man to have to, you know, step back and say, I want to know she's safe, but I can't call her because if I do, it's going to break the flow. Yes. So I just was so thankful for that support.
Wow. And guys, I do want to stop here because if you have a question or comment for any one of our contributing authors, definitely feel free to call in. The number is 240-719-2560. Again, that's 240-719-2560. And so I wanted to end that question with you, only because I know you are a high school student at the time, and I know your mom, and she was really like your number one supporter, and probably still is.
Yeah, still is.
So you, did you get a full ride to Lincoln? Yes, because I know she shouted that out too. It was like praising. I think Wendy even got on Facebook Live and cried, which I would have too, because that's a blessing. And so tell us now, what do you think allowed you to get that full ride to Lincoln?
I would say it was definitely like my academics, like my GPA, you know, my SAT scores, and I would say my mom. Like it all correlates together at the end of the day. Like for my mom dropping me off at school, picking me up. My senior year we shared a car, so I would drop her off at work, go to school. When I got out of class, pick her up on her lunch break. She dropped me off at home. Like it was just a lot. So between like that and then like I said, academics and like my GPA, keeping my grades up, and I would say all that together is what allowed me to get the full ride to Lincoln. Wow. And because the question was about family.
Yeah.
So I would say my mom, like her is definitely my number one supporter. Like I said, that whole dropping me off, picking me up, helping me with homework, I'm like, Mom, I gotta write this paper, but this essay due tomorrow. She helping me out. It was just a whole, it was a lot. And so with her being my number one fan and being supportive and being there and understanding, like she's understanding that I'm a teenager, I'm going through things, I'm in high school and I'm in college at the same time and I'm trying to do prom, and so it was just a lot. And so I'm turning into Promzilla, and she was like, okay, so like being with her, and it's just me and her. So her understanding and being there, it was a lot. And so I would say her, along with the academics, is what got me to Lincoln on the full ride.
That is awesome. Yeah. It is. It really is, I tell you. And so, ladies, when you got the invite to be a part of this book, because I'm going to tell you, my vision for the book initially was my cohort. You know, the ones that I graduated with. I actually saw it while I was writing my dissertation. I'm like, oh my God, we can all write a book. You know, I was in my whole author mode at that moment. And then it was slow moving, and I'm an action taker. So, I was like, well, you know what? All of these people are putting out their congratulations, they're finishing. I need to reach out to some of these people so that they can tell their story. And you mentioned actually how really this book can help others before we got on camera. Talk a little bit about your vision for how this can really help graduates.
So it's interesting because when Dr. Sharon reached out to me, I was at a track meet, and I was like, I'm not writing anymore. I'm not reading anymore. This is not happening. And God just impressed on me, say, do it. And I was like, I don't have time right now. I need to focus on, but I'm so glad I did, because when I reflect on the journey, I also reflect on the challenges and the support that I had, and also reflect on, you know, other people that I have encountered who are going through similar challenges. So I envision this book to be a way to encourage others when they're at that tipping point. And to speak to them and say, I know when you started, you wanted to finish. But let me share with you that this challenge is for a good cause. And using this book as a ministry to others so that they can also be encouraged, talking about your health challenges, and you still made it, you know? Talking about dropping your mom off, and then you, and you know, Promzilla, and you still made it, you know?
Absolutely.
Right. And Dr. Sharon, I know you were working full time, and you did a lot with supporting principals.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Exactly.
And you still made it, you know? So just giving them the encouragement that it may be a struggle for a while, but we're sharing our story because we know you can also
Exactly. Make it. And that was my vision when I saw it, because I'm always thinking, how can I help those that are coming behind you? Like, that's always my vision, right? And so that's what, you know, like even freshmen in high school, like we can't wait until they're seniors, because, you know, not that it's too late, but we need to grab them early when they get there. If they're starting their bachelor's or master's, get them early. Let them know it's a process. And God knows through this doctoral program, you know, let them know when you start, okay, that's the coursework is something, but I always say writing the dissertation is really something. I always say that. And so you have to know that there is something on the other side of that. So that's just what's important for there. And so I want to swing back to Lincoln, because now you have pretty much almost ending your first year, right?
Yes.
Like, when does classes end for Lincoln?
April 27th.
Yeah, so you're like right here. So now that you've done your freshman year pretty much, like what are some of your experiences for college life?
For me, I can say it was definitely a challenge. It's a lot of adjusting that has to be made when you go to college. So that was my biggest, like, whoa. It was a big shocker for me. Even though being at Prince George's Community College, I took the college class and all that, but it's different when you're away from home.
Absolutely.
So having to adjust, not being able to, you know, do your regular, like, do the norm, and you have to make a whole lot of adjustments. I was like, oh, okay, like, this is way different. So I can say that was my biggest thing for this school year. As far as the workload, I can't say it is a lot, but it's easy if you time manage, and that's like a big thing with freshman year, just time managing and being able to know what you can do, what you can't do, like knowing your limits. Like, don't try to wait till the last minute, because it's a lot. So I would say just adjustment was my biggest thing for my freshman year in college, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Now, do you come home often?
I do, because I do lashes. I'm a freelance lash technician, so I try to come home every like 2 to 3 weekends just to keep a little bit of money in my pocket.
Absolutely.
So with that, and I launched the Be a Boss program. Be a Boss standing for Base Off Self-Success. So basically, that's a program that I do like seminars, and I do courses just encouraging entrepreneurship and like networking and marketing.
Awesome.
And I host like seminars. So I come home a lot for that and the lashes. So it is a lot of back and forth. I know for my mom as well. Like, for example, like she takes off works on Fridays, picks me up at 11 o'clock. We're back by 2. I have like appointments at 3, like 6. Like, it's a lot. So just coming back and forth and having to do the whole adjustments with maintaining college life with home life, and I'm trying to do work, and people are hitting me up like, are you coming home this weekend? I need my lashes done. So I'm like, I'm texting my mom like, Mom, can you come get me on Friday? So it's like, it's definitely a lot, but I can say it's fun. College is fun. It's a great learning experience. You see a lot. And going away for school, you meet a lot of new people. So it broadens your horizon and like your knowledge of others.
Yes.
And like other cultures and how other people act and what they're used to. So I can't say it's just like a lot of adjusting and learning when it comes to my freshman year.
Oh my God. And the one you started an MBA program right afterwards. My goodness. Tell us about that.
I had about 4 weeks a break before going away. I said going away.
Right.
And I started that program, and it's rigorous because I want to finish in May of 19. So I can't afford to miss a semester.
Wow.
And it's a lot to it. I've already questioned why I'm doing it more than once. I really have. It's just so much different than the bachelor's program.
Wow.
And I felt like at the time, I'd been in school so long, I got this, I can do this, you know. And then I've said to myself through a couple of the classes, why am I doing this? And I have to keep my eye on the prize, and I need to finish this program. And so that I can move forward into my ultimate goals. And I have to do it. So while I'm sharing this with you, I'm actually encouraging myself.
Right, absolutely.
Because I have another class starting on April 3rd. And so,
wow.
But it's a lot to it.
Wow.
It's a lot to it. But the good news is I'm pretty much an empty nester right now.
Yes.
And so I don't have to be held to such a tight schedule as, getting home and dealing with my children. So I have more time to dedicate to it, and I don't feel half the guilt now that I felt before. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to be back with these ladies and we're going to answer the question of what's next. We'll be right back.
The enemy came up against your home. The enemy came up against your children. The enemy came up against your name. The enemy came up against your character. You will win. You will win. The enemy came up against your health. The enemy came up against your finances. The enemy came up against your vision. The enemy came up against your business. You will win. Yes, you will.
Guys, our book signing is today at 4 o'clock at Cloudwork Space in Capitol Heights, Maryland. You can go on over to Eventbrite. There's still a few spaces left. It's free, space is limited. So we do hope that you will see you there. We have Dr. Lisa Grillo, who will be our guest speaker, as well as Dr. LaTron Winston, who will be our panel facilitator. So we definitely want you to join us. And so now, as we end our final segment, we're just really going to talk about what are we doing now. We've heard a little bit. We hear that Camry is at Lincoln, finishing up her first year. We heard that LaJuan is starting an MBA right after her graduation from last year, which is awesome. And we know Dr. Sephora Miller has so many great things going on. But I just wanted to have a formal opportunity for you to really share what are your future aspirations. And anyone can share.
So, what's next for Sephora? As you read the chapter that I wrote, when Dr. Sharon approached me and she asked what's next, I didn't know what's next. That's not normal for me. Like I said, I'm a type A person. I know what's next. I always know what's next. I went into teaching, and I remember my first year teaching, the science supervisor, Jim Strankowitz, walked into the classroom, and I said, one day I'm going to be the science supervisor for Prince George's County. And guess what? Years later, I did become the science supervisor for Prince George's County. But this time when I pursued my doctorate, it was because of my passion for learning. I just wanted to grow. I just wanted to learn. So as I was writing, I didn't know what's next. And as I got to that portion and I was writing the end of that segment of that chapter, God said, be still and know that I am God. And I said, oh, God, you're telling me to be still. And I am in an era in my life now where I want to surrender to God. I want him to put me where he wants me because he knows what's good and perfect for me. So what is next for Zipporah? It is whatever God's will is. So you might ask me, so what do you do while you wait? You continue working. You continue doing things in an excellent manner. And that's what I strive to do right now. And when what's next comes, I'm going to ask Dr. Sharon if I can come into her show and say, this is what's next.
Exactly.
So
I love
what's
it.
next for me is be still and know that I am God. And that to me is a struggle, but that's where I'm working at now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes. Ladies?
Well, for me, I would say with me being in college right now, I just finished my first year. Actually, this is my junior year, so I graduate next year.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're associate.
Yeah, like my credits transfer.
Yes.
over.
How? Oh God, that is so
it's
awesome.
all moving kind of fast.
Ooh,
like it's
yes.
sped up 2 years. So my peers who are like it's their like freshman year, they be like, okay, I have 3 years to figure it out. I'll be like, I have 1. I'll be like, oh, okay. So with that, I would say a big portion of it is gaining and maintaining. That's my thing. Like, okay, I try not to concern myself with like the stressing of, oh my God, what am I going to do in a couple of months? I graduate. Woo, woo, woo. I try to like, okay, let me just do step by step. Like first things first, let me turn in this research paper. And after that, I'm going to try to figure out what's next. So for me, I would just say right now, just getting through school, maintaining my whole be a boss thing and my lashes. That's just, that's like my side. Like that's like the other Camry. Like that's like the other Camry. So with that and those factors, I would just say my biggest thing and what's next is just finishing up school, and then from there getting a job in my field, like mass communications with the broadcasting or like PR. Just finding a job in there and just going from there. Like she said, you kind of have to wait it out. Like you can't really know what's next for sure. You can have an idea or you can have like a want of what's next, but it's nobody else. Like you said, God, like really knowing what's next. So you just have an idea of what you want to do and like the direction that you're going, but you don't really know what's next fully. So right now, just gaining, maintaining, doing school, and just.
That's awesome. So you will graduate next year.
20.
So y'all will be in the same class again. I love it. I love it. And Miss LaJuan.
Yep. So what's next for me is getting through this MBA program.
Yes.
I have to try to stay the course and complete that.
Yes.
And my goal ultimately, and I'm not even sure how I'm going to reach it, is to help young people and even the non-traditional student, just to see you can do it. If you really want it, you can do it.
God, yes.
It's not easy, and it's not always fun, but it is worth it. It's always worth it. And so I don't know how I'm going to help people see that. And I don't know what I'm going to do for them, but I am going to do it.
That's awesome.
I'm going to do it.
I love that. I tell you. And one of the things that I always talk about is when you have that aspiration or whatever it is, that you just have to do it. You just have to press toward the mark, regardless who sees your vision, who supports you. Like you can't get bogged up with any of that. I've learned that. And through my whole, I'll say, transformation, because I did not see myself doing any of this, and it's a blessing. I'm grateful for the whole entrepreneur thing, the whole author thing. But in the process, you have to know what it is that you want, make a plan, execute it.
Yes.
Regardless who's behind you, regardless who's cheering for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's hard, but you have to do that. You have to do it. Yeah. And so I'm just excited for you ladies. I can't wait to see what's next for you. I cannot wait, and I tell you, and yes, the class of 2018, what's next, is already starting. So if you are a member of the class of 2018 and you would like to share your story, make sure you contact me at info@writethebooknow, because I've received so many outpouring of, okay, I'm graduating next year. I'm like, okay, this one, I felt it because I was in it, but hey, if you want to be in it, we can certainly make that happen. So I'm excited about the journey. And so like you guys, I don't really know what's next. I'm going where it leads me. And I'm enjoying the ride to do that. So I'm excited. Even with the I Am Dr. Sharon show, I think in a matter of days, it just came, to me. And so I'm always grateful for Reggie, the owner. I've been here since January. Some people can't believe it. You've only been here since January. Only January the 7th was my first show ever. And it's been a blessing. And so, I want to be a blessing to others, and that's my whole thing. So I appreciate you guys. And just a shout out to Dr. Kendra Pleasant, who is watching and actually in the building, just not here. She will be at the book signing. So definitely, guys, if you're in the area, Capitol Heights, Maryland, Cloud Workspace, and again, I thank them because they are a partner and a true friend to the I Am Dr. Sharon show, who is allowing us to be there this evening. Because it's a faith walk, guys. As my friend Maria Howe always say, it's truly a faith walk. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. So again, class of 2017, what's next? We will be at Cloud Workspace at 4 o'clock. We hope to see you in the place. This is Dr. Sharon for another episode of the I Am Dr. Sharon show, reminding you, the bigger the dream, the harder the grind. Push, pray, and continue to grind.
The enemy came up against your home. The enemy came up against your children. The enemy came up against your name. The enemy came up against your character. You will win. You will came up against your health. The enemy came up against your finances. The enemy came up against your vision. The enemy came up against your business. You will